What's up YouTube? Today I'm going to be showing you 7 ways you can speed up your mixing workflow. But I'm sure you already knew that from the title. But what you don't know is I have a bonus way for you at the end. So stay tuned for that and we're going to get started right now. Before we get started, the song we're using today for this video is my song that just came out. Oh well, that's been out for a while. Can't Wait. It's on SoundCloud. Check that out. Pretty nice song in my opinion, but you'll hear it and see for yourself. But the first way you can increase your workflow is by using templates. Now, if you haven't been using templates already, you must really be a beginner, but that's why I'm here, so I can help you. I use templates so I don't have to, recreate buses or recreate this whole thing over here every time I want to do a song, make a song or record someone. I can just go here, go into my, as soon as I want to create a new one, I have a set template for myself. They already have them for you in Pro Tools, but I mean, if you make your own, that's even better. So as you can see, every time as soon as I want to make a new song, there you go. I got a blank session with everything on it, all my plugins that I usually use and everything. Instead of having to recreate all my buses and put my plugins on and all my tracks and labels and color code, instead of having to do that, I just use my template to get started, fast and easy. And make sure when you want to use your templates or a template that you get from someone, make sure you have this click right here. Because if you don't, it won't let you click it, of course. Now, the next thing you can use to increase your workflow, I'm going to show you, is using hotkeys or shortcuts, as most people call them. Basically, instead of using your mouse all the time to click on things and try to cut this and duplicate stuff and copy and then paste and everything, what you can do is use your keyboard and use the hotkeys on your keyboard. I'm just going to show you how I use them. For example, you can use a key like let's say Command Z to bring something back or undo, like that. As you can see at the bottom here, as you see at the bottom, every time I use it, it shows you just like that. Or if you want to duplicate something, you can Command D and it'll duplicate it. Simple stuff like that to increase your workflow instead of, going and copying it and taking extra time just to do some things you could have simply done with just 2 buttons on your keyboard. Workflow tip number 3 is using Audio Suite. So Audio Suite is mostly on Pro Tools, but basically you use Audio Suite when you try to put like a certain effect on a clip or a sample or something like that on your vocal, instead of making a whole new track over here and trying to put the plug-in and stuff on it, stuff like that. Using Audio Suite actually saves CPU, so you don't have to put extra plugins that's going to take up the CPU. You can just go up to the Audio Suite, pick something you like. Maybe you want to put like a cool little, deep voice on a certain phrase. So you can pull it up here, click on the phrase you want to use, bring down the pitch or something like that. I can use this just to see how it sounds.
Can't wait to be carefree outside, living life. No stress, your checks and sex every night.
All right, say I want to put that on there. Instead of putting another plug-in on the track or make a new track, what I can do is, click on there, press render, and we can hear it now. Now, that might have been a bad example, but you see where I'm coming from. I didn't have to use anything on the side over here or put a new plugin on. I just, simply use the Audio Suite. Also, if you have a favorite Audio Suite or effect you use when you use your Audio Suite, instead of having to always go down and go, all the way down to pitch shift and then have to find the one you like or something like that and everything, what you can do is go up to Audio Suite, go down to your favorite effect or plugin, hold the command key and click. Now I should see it up here. So every time I don't have to go down and everything. And vice versa, to take it off, I go do the same thing, go up to audio suite, go to the plugin I want to take off, hold command and click. And now it should not be there anymore, as you can see there. And it should be control on PC. The next thing you can use to increase your speed and workflow while mixing is using markers and color coding. As you can see, these little lines here I use is to let me know where the verse starts, where the song starts and everything. Also, if you're using markers, a way to put down a marker is by, if you're on Mac, you can use the function key and return or enter. You can also use, if you have more a numeric keyboard or a larger, full-size keyboard that has the numbers on the side, you can just press enter and it'll bring up the memory location. But since I don't, I use function key and return. And it'll bring up a new location. You can name it. I'll just name it example. So now I have my marker here. I can move around and it shows me everything. Also, if you don't want to go up here and click through to where the song is and everything, like if you're zoomed in and you just want to skip straight to another part of the song, you can use memory locations, which I have down here. So if I want to go to the start of the song, I can just click here and it'll go there. If I want to go to the first verse, as I have a label, it'll go there. The way you can pull this up, this window here, is by going up to the window tab and clicking on memory locations. Or if you're on Mac, command 5. It's not there right now, and in window, memory locations, or command 5, and I have my window here. Color coding. I put color coding and markers in the same boat because you can kind of use them the same way to find what you're looking for and keep everything organized. The way I sometimes use it is if I want to know where the hook is in the song, or keep track on the hook just in case I have to put it in another place, I would just go over it, select where the hook is. I know where the hook is because I know I made the song. And then what you would do is go over here to the left, like it says right there, track color code, click on that bar and it pulls up the color palette, and you can make the hook whatever, or a clip any color you want. What I would do is I'll go to clips and track and then use yellow. I use yellow just because it stands out more and everything, and I could just copy it to another space in the song just to let me know every time that is the hook. You can also use it on the tracks over here just to keep everything organized, where your verse is, what type of bus you're using and everything, like down here. The next way to increase your speed and workflow is by using presets. Presets is basically like using templates instead of having to configure a whole new session or something like that, or mix bus for a vocal. You can just use presets. Which in the way I use it is for if I have a artist that comes in a lot, I can just pull up a preset, a vocal preset for them, and we can get straight to work. The way I pull it up is I just go over here to one of the plugins. You can either left click or just right click. Right click on here, recall inserts, vocal presets, and change it. And it asks me if I want to change it and everything, and I just say yes. And the way to save presets is by the same way, using the bar over here or clicking on the side of the plugin and going to save track preset right here, and I can just save it as name verse. I'm not going to save it because I don't really want to keep this, but yeah. You can also save your sends over here. Also, save track preset. It'll just instead of just saving the inserts, it'll save the inserts and the sends. That'll save you time for putting in a whole new set of plugins and everything for the track when you're trying to get started with an artist, or just by yourself trying to record yourself. If you know what you like, you can put those plugins on there, save it, and save a lot of time trying to mix again. The next way to save time is by labeling things. Not just labeling over here, you know, like I said before, but actually labeling the name of sessions. It'll save a lot of time when you're trying to go back to a song you were working on, or if you're recording an artist and they want to come back to a song they were mixing or you guys worked on in a previous date or something like that, and you don't remember what the song was called or something, you can label your sessions something like the date or something like that. So when they ask about pulling up the song again, you can go straight to it. So sometimes I use dates, as you can see, like something here, use the date, the artist name, and so on too, because that's the second song that we worked on in that session. Also with labeling, it helps what tracks are putting an effect on your clips, like the verse here, and it just shows, oh, under here, you know, and trying to find your delays and stuff like that, just like I do here, right here. And your sends, if you label your sends and stuff like that, it's easier to know what's connected to what. The next way to speed up your workflow entirely, just before you even open up a session, is by using these two plugins I love so dearly. And well, one is a program, one is a plugin that I love so dearly, is Mixed In Key and Auto Key. Mixed In Key is usually used for DJs and stuff like that to keep to know the BPM and key of songs, and I use it for the same thing. So if I have an artist that use something like Autotune or something like that, if I want to just quickly get the key of a song and the BPM so we can get right to work, I'll just grab the beat that they want to use and drag it, drop it inside Mixed In Key here, and it'll process and everything, and it'll show me the tempo and the key of the song, and I can just go right in. Now I can put that in my session. I can change the session to the right key and the right tempo of the song, just so, you know, I can keep my delays synced up with the tempo and make sure they're in key when they're using Autotune. Also, Auto Key is used by Antares, so if you already use Autotune, you can just use, hopefully you got Auto Key with your bundle. Basically, it listens to the song and determines what key the song is. Here's Autotune. So we'll do one more time. As it says, it's listening now. If you watch right here, so I guess it determined that B flat major is the key of the song. So if I press here, as if you watch right here, it changed to B flat major. So easy way just to go to find the key of any song or beat that you're about to use. Now, this next way to speed up your workflow or mixing workflow is not something that is usually in the program or on the computer. It's actually an accessory to your setup, and it is a gaming mouse. The mouse I use is a Razer Mamba Elite mouse, and I like it because it has different buttons on there, which I assign different shortcuts to it on the macros, so that I don't have to, you know, use the keyboard all the time for, you know, shortcuts. I assign space, delete, save on there, and probably cut to speed up the workflow instead of having to use the keyboard, because I can have my other hand doing something else. I don't know, drinking my coffee or something like that while I'm in a session, a late night session. I highly recommend tracking engineers to invest in a gaming mouse or any mouse that has, you know, extra buttons on it to assign shortcuts on the macros to speed up the workflow in a session. That last one was the bonus tip on how to speed up your workflow, your mixing workflow. If you liked the video, like the video. If you didn't like the video, don't dislike it, man. I don't even think you can dislike it at this point. But yeah, for more tips and tricks on mixing, subscribe to the channel. More stuff is going to be coming out soon. So yeah, if you know you want to listen to this song, like I said, it's on SoundCloud called Can't Wait. I have it in a link in the description or something. Other than that, I don't know, follow me on Instagram and stuff like that, or TikTok for other little tricks I might have, short form tricks, something simple. But other than that, thank you for watching, and peace.